Hi, everybody. It's me, Karen. Happy New Year. It's January 1st, and I'm going off um, what do you call it? I'm going off the chart today. I'm going off the planned um, program, the programming that you thought you were going to have today. I'm going off that. I'm going to find something that my very dear friend sent me, and I'm going to read it to you. I am so happy 2025 is here. And I'm going to let 2025 be my best year ever. I'm going to let it. I'm going to quit chasing life. I'm going to let life chase me. If you've listened to any of my other stuff, you know that it has been a rough year for me. And I don't know, it's just been rough. And so I am rebooting my whole recovery. Um, and digging deep and seeing what this year is going to bring me. Um, so let's read this today, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about that in case you're in the same spot. I hate New Year's resolutions, so I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a shift in my perception. So here, my friend sent this to me today, and I'm not even sure where it's from. It could be One Day at a Time or something. It's an AA meditation book, but it doesn't matter. Just listen for this. When I came into AA or Al Anon, I was a desperate person. Did I have a soul sickness? Was I so sick of myself and my way of living that I couldn't stand looking at myself in the mirror? Was I ready for Al Anon or AA? Was I ready to try anything that would help me to change and get over my soul sickness? Should I ever forget the condition I was in? And the meditation says, in the new year, I will live one day at a time. I will make each day one of preparation for better things ahead. I will not dwell on the past or the future, only on the present. I will bury every fear of the future, all thoughts of unkindness and bitterness, all my dislikes, my resentments, my sense of failure, my disappointments in others and in myself, my gloom and my despondency. I will leave all these things buried and go forward in this new year into a new life. The prayer for the day, I pray that God will guide me one day at a time in the new year. I pray that for each day, God will supply the wisdom and the strength that I need. Oh my God, this is just what I needed. He sent this to me. He knew I was going through a rough time. I think he saw one of my vlogs on TikTok or Instagram or something. So I'm going to read it again. It just makes me feel better. Okay. So January 1st, when I came to Al Anon, I was a desperate person. Did I have a soul sickness? Was I so sick of myself and my way of living that I couldn't stand looking at myself in a mirror? Was I ready for Al Anon? Was I ready to try anything that would help me to get sober or change and get over my soul sickness? Should I ever forget the condition I was in? Then the next part is the meditation. In the new year, I will live one day at a time. I will make each day one of preparation for better things ahead. I will not dwell on the past or the future, only on the present. I will bury every fear of the future. I'm going to read this again now, right here. I will bury every fear of the future, all thoughts of unkindness and bitterness, all my dislikes, my resentments, my sense of failure, my disappointments in others and in myself, my gloom and my despondency. I will leave all these things buried and go forward in this new year into a new life. That speaks to me a lot because this last year, I have had a huge fear of the future. I have had a sense of failure and a disappointment in myself. My gloom and despondency, also hopelessness. You know, a lot of you listening to me are, you love an alcoholic addict and you're not the alcoholic addict. Maybe you are. I am. And so I have these feelings, this feeling of hopelessness, this just, I've never had those before. I have always, so I don't think they're really an alcoholic trait. They are an alcoholic trait, but they're not just an alcoholic trait. I think they are a human being trait. And I've never had it before. I've always been kind of optimistic. I've always been like, I can do it. I can push through. I mean, anything could happen to me and I'm going to make it out alive. And now this last year, especially at the last few months, I just was like, why? Why haven't things worked out? Why have I failed? Why am I disappointed? I'm so disappointed in myself. I'm such a failure. And those are all really new thoughts to me. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And so I like the thought of, I'll bury these. So I think what I'm going to do today, since it's the first of the year, I'm going to, instead of like making a New Year's resolution, I'm going to write on a piece of paper my my fear of the future, my thoughts of unkindness and bitterness towards people I've had, all my likes and my resentments, my sense of failure and disappointments in others and myself, just really quick. Like I'm not going to write a letter or a frickin' chapter. I'm just going to write down names or words that represent. So if I read it, I'd know what I was talking about. I'm just going to write it down. And then I'm going to bury it. I'm going to go out in the backyard or in the field across the street and I'm going to dig a little hole and I'm just going to bury it there. I'm done. I'm done with it. Life is so short and I don't want to do that anymore. And I am going to really try to practice living one day at a time. They say when you live in the past, that puts you in depression. And when you live in the future, it's anxiety. So I don't want any more of that. Um, I am going to stay right here and today and think, what do I need to do today? Right? What kind of person do I want to be today? And I think everything will change in my life. I think if I just thought about today, I would think, oh, I want to eat good just today. I think I could do that. I want to exercise just today. Today, I'm going to go for a little extra long walk. Today, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Whatever. Um, I'm going to try to do that. I am really going to try to do that, and I'm going to bring it up often to remind myself and you. And if I'm off that, and you notice, please send me a message and say, "Hey, what happened to living one day at a time?" And then I'd like the prayer at the end. I pray that God will guide me one day at a time in the new year. And I pray that every day God will give me the wisdom and strength that I need. Right? So, I can do anything in the moment. I can. And I wanted to share that with you today. I've been feeling like a failure about everything. I've been beating myself up, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I it is what it is. And I'm trying to add to the stream of life, and I'm not going to get caught up in my own emotions. It's all just bullshit. It's just shit I'm making up, and I need to shake it off, put on my big girl pants, get out my shovel, dig deep, right? And keep going. And I hope you go with me. I hope you're coming along. I love you all. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic day. Remember, it's just Wednesday. Everyone says it's New Year's Day. Well, it really is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. So let's just stay in Wednesday. Okay? Let's just stay in the moment. We can handle anything in the moment. Love you guys.